This episode of the Smash and Skull Sessions is sponsored by Dublin's legendary pub, the Foggy Jew. Located beside the historic Central Bank and Temple Bar, the Foggy Jew is steeped in music heritage and has a long-standing reputation for live music, the perfect home for great pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection.
Hey everyone, Editing Letty here from Editing and Interview HQ for the Smash and Skull Sessions, and I went to go see Orange Goblin on the 11th of December. And the normal intro would be playing me up in Dublin, but it deleted itself. So that's great. So went up to see them at the Button Factory with Urne and Grand Magus opening. Let's see what ensued. And it is a couple of days after the gig. So, Orange Goblin rounds out my 2025 gig season. That was the last gig of the year for me. And what a way to end it. Orange Goblin's last performance in Dublin. It was bittersweet. It was really sad to see them be, this is our last time playing Dublin, but they had a ball. Oh my god, it was so much fun. They had the biggest smiles on their faces, and their energy fed our energy in the crowd. It was just so nice to see them doing what they love, smiling away and just jamming out. 30 years is a long time, and they've decided to hang it up, so I respect you, Orange Goblin. Thank you so much for making music. So this gig was at the Button Factory. I've been there once before to see the Menzingers. I think I saw them in April there. And I've heard hit and miss things about the Button Factory before I even went to go see the Menzingers. But ease of finding doors, when I first went there, it was hard enough. But for Orange Goblin, they had big red barriers up. So that was pretty easy enough to find. So I'll give Easy Finding Doors a 6. You kind of have to look because it's connected to Crowbar and the Rock and Roll Museum. So you might take a bit of time to find the doors, but once you find them, it's easy enough to remember. So, merch prices. I didn't actually get to look at the merch prices. Well, I had a glance earlier when it wasn't for sale, and a lot of it didn't have the prices up. I think t-shirts were €45. I saw posters there for 60. Again, don't quote me all on this. So they're pretty much average merch prices. They sell it in the Crowbar because I guess there's not enough space in the venue, which kind of bottlenecks the Crowbar, the bar that's connected to it. So that's a bit of a pain. So I give merch prices a 5. Average merch prices, unfortunately, nowadays. Also, I forgot to talk about the value for money. Tickets were €43, not included in the booking fee. You got Urne, who's a great up-and-coming band. Like, they're absolutely amazing. Grand Magus, although I wasn't a fan of them, other people really loved them and actually went to the whole gig just to see Grand Magus. And, of course, Orange Goblin on their last ever tour. So pretty much for me, value for money. It was a lot of fun, a lot of positivity. It was just a great time overall. I give it a 7 out of 10. So how it works was doors was late. Doors was 6 o'clock, but it got pushed back half an hour because Urne, who were the first openers, they were late and they basically had kind of a pretty rough day regarding ferries and cancellations and trying to drive. They made it before the gig started, so they rushed in and did their sound check. We were actually lining up outside as they did their sound check, and about 6:30 we were allowed in, and they were due on at 6:50. They were on at 7 or 10 to 7, if I believe so. They were due on at 6:45, so they went a little bit late. But I've seen Urne a couple of times now. They just get better and better every time I see them. And I can't wait for this new album release. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely cannot wait. Buzzing. And then Grand Magus were up next. A lot of people in the crowd were excited for them. I wasn't too familiar with them, and they weren't my vibe really. But sure, they had a few good songs, but I just personally, I wouldn't go see them again. Their performance was good, and they got the crowd going, but I just wasn't a fan of the music. And then we're on to the lads, Orange Goblin. As I said, big massive smiles on their faces. They opened the show with a big story in like the Star Wars style, the big yellow writing going down, and absolutely amazing. They brought the energy, they brought the fun, they brought everything. They literally said, Dublin last night, let's have a party. And oh my god, it was a party indeed. There was a mosh pit for 90% of the night while Orange Goblin were performing. They played some good stuff, they played some old ones, and a lot of people were happy when they played Time Travelling Blues. Well, a portion of it. I give enjoyability an absolute 10. It was so much fun. And as I said, amazing to see the lads kill the Button Factory stage. Big smiles, happiness just radiating off of him. Ben, the vocalist, I just love his mannerisms, how he goes over to Joe and plays guitar with him, and then he goes over to Harry and plays bass with him, and then he makes faces at the drummer and makes mad faces at the crowd. He's just so involved, and it's just great to see. And as I said, it's sad to see them go. But 30 years they've jammed with us, so thank you, Orange Goblin. Overall, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's just like, it's sad to see them go. Like, I'll have to definitely delve back into their discography and just jam out and just thinking the memories of when I got to see them the 2 times last year in Opium with Conan, and this year with Urne and Grand Magus, which were both amazing shows. So that's the end of the gig reviews and vlogs for 2025. I'm not sure what the next one's going to be. The first one's going to be next year. I'll have to look at the old calendar. It's 90% going to be probably Born of Osiris in Whelan's, so we'll have to see. But for now, stay safe, support the scene. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you soon.